All right, guys, so we're going to move on to our next segment, which is movie news, and we have a lot to talk about today. So this is where Zach takes the lead. So, Zach, take it away.
Yeah, bear with me here because there's some more than usual, but we'll start off with box office as always. This week in box office, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, did not win the box office, as that honor was once again held by Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which brought in $65.3 million in its second weekend. The Real Hero then stepped up, as Snatched also beat King Arthur, and took second place this weekend with a strong $19.6 million donated to the charitable cause of Amy Schumer's career. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword was the only other finisher above $10 million, as it debuted with $15.4 million. While that number may not initially look terrible, it is worth noting that Charlie Hunnam and Jude Law-led Epic had a budget of just an unnecessary $175 million. $175 million for that movie, made $14.4 opening weekend, and, you know, it just gets worse from here. Because, worst of all, according to Metro, the original pitch of this movie centered on building a cinematic universe, because all the cool kids are doing it, where the characters of King Arthur, Lancelot, Guinevere, and Merlin would all get their own solo films before the one that brought them all together, Avenger style. Oops. Director Guy Ritchie's next film will be Disney's live-action Aladdin remake, which I am now less confident about, but hopefully that one goes better. Now, moving on, only once per lifetime do we get a cinematic masterpiece such as Tommy Wiseau's The Room in 2003. Well, this December, we will get to relive that classic when James Franco's The Disaster Artist hits theaters. Variety was first to report the film will have exclusive engagements like a limited release on December 1st and a nationwide release a week later on December 8th. The film chronicles the making of The Room, where Franco will portray Tommy, basically a Coppola, Wiseau. The film was also directed by Franco, as it was adapted by the book by Greg Sestero, who played Mark in that movie from the Oh Hi Mark, and Tom Bazell. A24 partnered with New Line Cinema to bring this to the world and was given a Prime Award season release date because apparently it is actually really good, which I am very excited about. Now moving on, Alien Covenant hits theaters this Friday, and we now have some news for its sequel, as we do every couple weeks here. Over the course of the last couple of months, we had many reports and speculation about Covenant's follow-up, originally reported to be titled Awakening, after Scott let the name slip in an interview. Now, that may not be the case after all. We also recently covered about Neil Blomkamp's Alien film that never saw the light of day. Now in an interview with IGN, director Ridley Scott referred to that film as Awakening, making it appear that it will not be the title of the next film in the franchise. Who knows at this point? Honestly, I'm just hoping that I enjoy the hell out of Covenant this weekend, and we will take it from there. Glass, the sequel to both this year's Split and 2000's Unbreakable, will have a larger budget than the almost non-existent one of that of Split. Producer Jason Blum said as much to Collider, but did go on to say that the budget is more traditional, still by Hollywood standards a very low budget, but it's not $5 million as Split's was. Glass is currently slated for a January 2019 release. Now in DC news, nothing bad. Aquaman added a couple of members to its cast this week, as Deadline had the exclusive scoop that Power Ranger star, Ludi Lin. Okay, Ludi Lin has joined the cast of the film. DC Universe, Pedro knows how to pronounce all those Power Rangers names.
Yeah.
DC Universe then tweeted the photos of Willem Dafoe of joining production on set. We will also see Dafoe briefly in Justice League later this year. Aquaman will be directed by horror veteran James Wan and will be released in 2018. James Wan also directed Furious 7. Martha Kent, actress Diane Lane, was a guest on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen this week, and asked if she could give Justice League spoilers and if the film is better than The Avengers. Lane replied, no and no. Sorry to disappoint. Lane's representatives then clarified her statement to Comic Book, and here's their quote. Diane meant to say, sorry to disappoint, in reference to revealing anything concerning Justice League that is not already out in the public, and was declining to comment on a film, The Avengers, that she has not yet seen. She's thrilled to continue her role as Martha Kent and appreciates your excitement for Justice League. Bullshit! We'll talk about that more in a few. Robert Downey Jr. posted a photo on social media this week which showcased Asgardian Iron Man armor, which will presumably debut in Avengers Infinity War. There's a ton of speculation that the film will take place mostly away from Earth, so a quick pit stop in Asgard for some new armor could be well worth the trip. Not sure how I feel about the design of the armor, but I'm sure once see it in action it'll look good as any other armor we've seen for the character. At least better than the mustard-colored armor in Iron Man 3. And why does everyone hate that red and silver briefcase armor in Iron Man 2? They get so much hate.
Oh my
Regardless of what you think of the movie, you have to admit that armor is dope as hell.
Yes, it was.
It was, and he does it with the briefcase, and
It was so
everyone
great.
was like, he does it with the briefcase. That's stupid. And then in the Avengers, he falls from the sky wearing bracelets on. The armor goes and catches him, and no one says a thing. It's double standards, man. It's the same thing too. It's the same character. Why is one okay and one's not? One is more ridiculous than it's anyway. New Mutants added its first 2 members of the cast, and goddamn, and I pumped. THR was first to report the Game of Thrones star, Maisie Williams, has signed on to play Wolfsbane, which is ironic as hell if you watch Game of Thrones, because she plays Arya Stark and, wolves. While Split's Anya Taylor-Joy will be playing Magic. Really great start to the cast. My excitement level for this movie has been multiplied by 100 just by adding these 2 young, talented actresses. Taylor-Joy Split co-star James McAvoy will not be joining her on screen this time, as the report went on to say Professor X will not make an appearance in the film after all. So maybe, just maybe, I'll get my wish of this film taking place after Logan. If nothing else, it adds more hope that at least it still could be, so I'm holding out hope for now. Now with our big news story of the week to wrap up here, Hellboy's coming back to the big screen. I am such a huge fan of the first 2 Hellboy films. So, for the better part of the last decade, I have had my heart pulled around with the potential of a 3rd film to close out a potential trilogy. Well, we're getting, instead, a reboot, but I'm still very excited about this. We'll be sad not seeing Ron Perlman back in the red makeup, absolutely. But in his announcement on Twitter, Hellboy creator also announced that Stranger Things star David Harbour will be playing our favorite demon. Really good casting, guys. And the film will have a hard R rating, giving the success of both Deadpool and Logan. This was a no-brainer, and is as good as a fit as it was for those. So this is really exciting. THR also reported that the title of the film will be Hellboy: Rise of the Blood Queen, and it'll be shooting this September. I have to admit, I have no idea what Rise of the Blood Queen means, but it sounds fucking awesome. So, just to jump right into Hellboy, what are your thoughts on this?
For me, I still need to watch the first 2 Hellboy movies.
Oh, man.
Now,
have you seen them, Travis? I know you're like,
I've seen the first one, and I did see the second one, but in parts. So in parts. And honestly, I like the first Hellboy, but it's not like my favorite movie of all time or anything. But it's watchable. I'll watch it if it's on, type of thing.
And it sucks for me because I went throughout this whole past week just watching sci-fi movies. I was like, I have to dedicate a lot of time.
Yeah,
to
it was a busy
movies.
week.
Yeah, getting ready for this top 10, sci-fi movies and, getting ready for Alien Covenant, that I completely forgot Hellboy existed. So I'm like, damn, I feel like there was like a missed opportunity there, so, I am going to eventually get them. I probably will end up watching it sometime this week. But other than that, from what I've heard from the fan base of Hellboy, that Ron Perlman was perfect in that role. That
oh, absolutely.
I agree with that.
Guillermo del Toro has been clamoring to get a 3rd one made, but they
has Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And the studio just would not. Who's the studio? Lionsgate, right?
Yes.
And Lionsgate would just not give the money that Guillermo del Toro is asking for because, unfortunately, the past 2 films, don't bring in as much revenue as they hope for. So I guess that's why they won't make a 3rd one like del Toro wants to make. So that's why they're just rebooting the whole thing. But hopefully we get a good new universe on our hands with this.
Yeah, especially I'm really excited about the hard R rating.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's basically, Deadpool and Logan really set the path for hard R movies now, for especially comic book stuff related, which is awesome. So anybody want to pick it up from there? I mean, anybody else got to say anything about Hellboy?
No, I mean, I pretty much said everything I need to say in the report. I'm just really excited for it. I'm very excited. I love the first 2 movies, and
I think the hard R rating is really going to help it out a lot.
Absolutely. And David Harbour, from Stranger Things, very, very good casting.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
He was in the running for Cable too for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any of the Hellboy movies, so I wouldn't know whether or not he would be a great casting or not. But from what I've seen, how the character's built, yeah, that seems like a good casting. I was still, really hoping that he was gonna play Cable instead, but whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, New Mutants. We're not getting James McAvoy as Professor X. So hopefully, yeah, like you said, that this does take place after Logan.
Can you imagine that? Sense. Can you imagine that the Wolfsbane magic, and then you also get X-23 in there? That would be so badass. So badass.
I don't know who. I forget who the Wolfsbane character is.
I don't know at all.
So
but
who would play X-23 though?
the same one, same girl.
Laura Kinney?
Yeah.
You don't think it would take place like 20 years in the future?
No, because in New Mutants they are kids. I know.
Are they? I don't know. I don't know about New Mutants.
Yeah, I haven't read the comics or heard up on what that whole comic line was about. But yeah, I mean, like great stars, in these movies, you can always get as great talent as much as you need. It's great to see, that this movie's getting a good cast, and especially if it's going to take place after Logan, which we're hoping for. It's not been confirmed that this movie's taking place after Logan, but, if it does, then great. I wonder if they're going to reference anything, about, Wolverine at all, just like, like after the events of what the hell just happened in Logan.
I feel like they would have to.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just like gloss over what happened, so I mean, I don't know. Are we confirmed for a director for New Mutants? Do we have a director for it?
Yeah, I forget who it is though.
Okay.
Because I think it's being released next year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it would make sense being the way that they're already casting people for this movie already. So oh, by the way, I'm glad I remembered. For speaking of X-Men related stuff, did you guys watch the trailer that came out for the X-Men show that's being released?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's not appealing to me.
Oh no.
No.
Wait, isn't that Legion?
No, it's
no,
not. It's,
no. Oh wait, Gifted. It's called
The Gifted. Yeah,
I saw. Well, I didn't see the trailer, but I saw like it come up on social media. And I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Legion is amazing. But that's on FX.
Yeah.
This is, I think, just Fox.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, who knows? Also, the Josh Boone is the director.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you know what else he's done in the past?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
But I know his name is Josh Boone.
Okay. All right. But all right. Moving on. If you really don't have anything else to say about New Mutants.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just want to move on to regular Marvel here.
Yeah. So with Robert Downey Jr., it's funny when he posted that picture of the Asgardian armor. I thought that was just like concept art or something like that, like a fan made that.
Yeah, like he just posted that, and he really didn't give a caption with it. Yeah, so it's not confirmed it's Infinity War, but he said like
I'm fairly certain it's fan made because I think I've seen it before he posted it.
Yeah, but like he made the caption like they make armor better in Asgard and all that.
Yeah.
So it's just like speculation at this point. Yeah. But regardless of the fact, like I don't know, it's interesting. Most of the Avengers are or most of this movie is probably going to take place away from Earth, so.
Yeah, definitely. So it would make sense that would potentially happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. It's always, I mean, Tony Stark always has to adapt to his surroundings, with technology. So that would make sense, and he would not just let.
Plus, it would make the armor stronger, as opposed to just like Earth metal.
Definitely.
Iron, but yeah, which I think he says it's like an iron titanium alloy, something like that. He says it in one of the movies.
Yeah, but he said it the first movie actually. But yeah, I completely agree with you with the whole like the silver suit that he had in Iron Man 2. Like that was by far like his best looking suit.
Yeah, it looked so. It was like so like spiffy,
Yeah,
like I really like the silver.
Yeah, we only had it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we had it for like 2 minutes, and then Mickey Rourke had to go ruin it.
Oh my god.
Is that why everyone doesn't like Mickey Rourke?
No, everyone likes Mickey Rourke. They just don't like Iron Man 2.
That's fair.
But I still think it's better than Iron Man 3. I will die by that statement.
I would have to rewatch those movies.
No. I can't abide to that.
I will go to my grave. I mean,
Travis, you
were
the one that said last week that Iron Man 3 was the worst one.
Did I say that?
I don't remember.
I think
Travis says a lot of stuff that I tune out.
Shut up. I'm pretty sure that I did not say that. I'm pretty sure I said Iron Man 2 was the worst one, and Iron Man 3 was, as far as like a film goes, it's not that bad, but it's not good.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I said that, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and check.
I mean, Zach, I know you said that. I know you definitely said Iron Man 3 is the worst out of the MCU, but would you say that it's a bad movie though?
Well, I wouldn't consider it good.
Oh.
I wouldn't consider it good. Listen, first time I saw it, I liked it. I had fun. But then really just subsequently, every time after that, it's like the Man of Steel effect. I liked Man of Steel when I first saw it, but every single time since then, it's just gotten worse.
Right, yeah.
It's like the opposite for like Deadpool, which just gets better every time I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
I don't know. It's one of those movies that I don't think it's the worst MCU movie. I think it's probably second worst. I think Thor: The Dark World's probably a little bit worse.
Right, yeah.
But other than that, I'd say that's probably second worst.
When do you guys think we're getting Iron Man 4?
Oh, I don't think we're gonna get
Probably
Iron Man
not.
4.
No.
Yeah, we're just gonna get Robert Downey Jr. popping up in the MCU. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Moving on with Diane Lane, with her comments. So how do you feel about that, Zach?
Oh, she just got caught, is what happened.
Yeah.
she let it slip because it was like, oh, can you give spoilers? And is it as good as the Avengers? Like, no and no. It was like, oh, she didn't mean that. Like, she was talking about the first part, but then why would she say no twice? Like, she clearly answered both questions. So
Yeah,
I think that she was not happy with the movie. I think she doesn't think it looks good, and she just got caught admitting it. Because notice she didn't come out and say anything. Her representatives did. They're like, oh no, this is what she meant. She is so excited. She can't wait. She is so happy for your enthusiasm for Justice League.
And she's like probably like sitting in the back, just drinking. It's like, no, I didn't say that.
When I read the article, I read it as fans took the answers. Like, that's what she said, and the fans took the answers and made it more than what it was.
Well,
That's
no, she clearly said no and no. She answered.
I actually
both
watched
questions.
the video of her that
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, she clearly answered both questions.
Yeah.
And then later on, her representative was like, "Oh no, she was only answering the first one."
Yeah, I didn't watch the interview,
But
so I don't know what.
but she said no
what she
twice
actually-
anyway.
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think she's happy with Justice League, and I feel like she got caught admitting it, and now her representatives are trying to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that she's probably going to be in the movie. Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
but,
if they're asking about Justice League, she's definitely in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard any confirmation that she's in the movie, but I mean, they probably just asked, assuming because she was probably going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But other than that, you guys want to just move on from there?
Yeah, I can move on. Aquaman casting. Willem Dafoe, we've sort of known for a while he was going to be floating around DC.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Hopefully it's a cool character. I'm not sure who he's playing yet. I'm not sure if they announced it or not. I don't think so.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, I've heard that Willem Dafoe has been floating around. Wow. I didn't catch that.
Aquaman. I didn't even try that.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see in DC. It feels like a lot of actors hop between Marvel and DC. I just find that funny. But it's gonna be interesting. Ludi Lin coming straight off from Power Rangers. He was rather good in the Power Rangers movie. He didn't really have a lot to do in the movie, but from what he did in the movie was enough to say, like, okay, I could see him in Aquaman. And apparently his role is like some military leader, of some army in Atlantis or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I read. So I mean that should be interesting. I mean it's cool. It just gets me really excited because it's the fact that the Power Rangers brand, it's like it's a curse for actors. Like when you work for anything Power Rangers related, you get no work after that. Like that's honestly like a curse for like certain actors, and it's just like,
Bryan Cranston was in Power Rangers.
Well, he did voices.
Bryan Cranston was in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the movie, but he was also in the old show. He did.
But
like,
he all
characters.
Did he?
Like in like suits.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he only did voice work, but I mean that was something very minuscule.
Yeah.
But other than that, Bryan Cranston went on to have a fantastic career.
I haven't seen the new Power Rangers yet.
It's rather good. I'm just very disappointed that we're not gonna. There's the potential for a sequel is very unlikely.
Yeah,
right
I didn't post that in here in the news. But yeah, Forbes reported that it was basically speculation. So nothing was concrete. I've been in the news, but Forbes is speculating there's not going to be a sequel because they barely made any money on this one.
Right.
Because it didn't sustain at all. Like it had what was its opening weekend? Like 30, 40 million, something like that.
It was like 44 million.
And it finished with 84 million. So it didn't sustain at all domestically.
Yeah, and it just opened up in China like in the past week, and it bombed because of obviously Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
and it opened up along with King Arthur, which we'll get in a bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's sad that we're not going to get a Power Rangers sequel. I'm hoping for one. There's not confirmation saying that there's not going to be one, but I'm hoping out as a fan that there is another one. But yeah. On to other news. Glass. I mean, yeah. It's gonna be. I mean, what do you guys have to say about that?
It's pretty self-explanatory. It's gonna have a bigger budget, which is good. Split, man, $5 million budget for that movie.
That's insane.
It's insane. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And
I mean, how do you feel about the release date in January? That's
Well, that was when Split was released.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
Yeah, Split was January. So also Cloverfield was January. January's just mostly bad, but honestly, like I feel like they hit.
There's a few gems.
Yeah, they hit such a home run with Split. They're like, let's just keep it right where it is, because I think at this point they know there's no competition in January.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? 4 weeks in a row, Split won the box office.
Yeah.
Like it made so much money, it just kept winning every single weekend at the box office. So I think they're like, you know what? Let's do that again because there's no other competition, and we're confident we can make a good movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I loved Unbreakable, and I'm looking when I found that twist ending at the end of Split, I was like, no way, because it was funny. As soon as like at the end of Split, it had the title card just Split, and I thought it was the end. So me and my father literally just got up out of our seats and started to walk out, and then that ending at the was it the cafe, the diner.
The diner, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, wait, hold up, there's more. And I saw Bruce Willis, and he was like, they called him Mr. Glass. I'm like, no way.
I think my reaction, I was just like, oh, huh, all right. I think that was, I really like Split. I really did. I just really didn't know how to feel about it at the time. I was like, what's this, like the cinematic universe now?
Yeah,
but,
everybody's doing a universe now.
But now that we know the ends of it, I am excited for Glass.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about it, Travis?
I mean, I liked Split. Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on.
I actually haven't seen Unbreakable.
Oh, no, you need to watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, I know I need to watch it.
I haven't seen it in years either, but it is good.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Alien Covenant, with the next film potentially being titled Awakening. Is that what it's going to be called now?
Well, no, that was what was it was we thought it would be Awakening. It was reported that.
Yeah.
And then this past week, Ridley Scott, he referred to Neil Blomkamp's Alien film as Alien Awakening. So it looks like that was the title for that film. So follow up to Covenant, or if it's before, which was speculated too,
right?
It would probably won't be called that. It would have a new title.
Man, it sucks because knowing that what happened in Alien 3 and then Resurrection, it would have been so nice to have those two movies just erased from existence.
They're erased in my mind. To me the canon is Prometheus, Alien, Aliens.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully Alien Covenant keeps holding on that proper timeline. So yeah, I mean what else is there to say with Alien Covenant?
Yeah, nothing much. We're seeing it and we're reviewing it next week.
Yeah, so yeah, people stay tuned for that spoiler review next week. So yeah, dude, oh my god, how bad does your movie have to be in order for the movie that's being made about it to be fucking fantastic?
Yeah, I know. Dude, it's crazy because this Rough Covenant premiered at South by Southwest a couple months ago, and it literally got a standing ovation.
That's insane.
Apparently, it is amazing, and Franco gives like the best performance of his career.
I can't wait. You see, the thing is, I still need to watch The Room. I'm just like,
you need to.
I'm just like, how did you not watch The Room yet?
Yeah, the best.
You can literally watch the entire thing for free on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
I'm just waiting for the right time.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy to me like how apparently awesome this movie is, and I really can't wait. It literally sounds like an ironic news story. It sounds like something like The Onion would post.
Yeah.
But it's like
it's just real life.
The Room, like the movie based on The Room is a triumph. It's amazing, but apparently actually is amazing.
How bad do you feel like maybe Tommy Wiseau is feeling in his chair right now, just sitting down?
Oh no, Tommy Wiseau is making his money. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
No, it's just like the fact, like I said earlier, it was just like, he had given this Oscar consideration, but the movie that's being made about how painfully bad.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau self-funded the film by selling leather jackets or drugs, if you don't believe that story.
Oh my god!
But apparently, it was leather jackets.
Oh my god! Yeah, but
I want to see that in the movie. Him selling leather jackets.
I so do. And it's really funny. The cast of this movie. You have Dave Franco in there. You have Seth Rogen, Zac Efron, Jackie Weaver. You have some really good like actors in there.
Yeah, but the more you talk about it, the more it just sounds like a Seth Rogen film.
Yeah, kind of. I can understand what you're saying, but
it's A24 and New Line Cinema.
I know.
Like obviously, it's going to be good.
It's so weird.
It's going to be artsy. It's going to be like an Oscar contender.
I have literally never seen Seth Rogen in an Oscar contender.
He was in Jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Jobs.
Okay, well he was in Jobs and that got tons of Oscar consideration.
Well, okay, but still, Seth Rogen and James Franco to film together
Well, who
usually doesn't play out well.
In a million years,
Yeah, but
that
James
Jonah
Franco-
Hill would be a 2-time nominated.
Also,
nominee.
James Franco is an Oscar nominee. He was nominated for
Yeah.
127 Hours.
Well, yeah.
Same year he hosted the Oscars.
I'm not saying
terrible.
they're bad actors. I'm just saying when you put them together, you
It
just
sounds
think of
like-
a,
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it sounds like a Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah, it is going to be a comedy. I know that, but apparently it is an amazing one.
Yeah.
If they're able to take a comedy and make it into an Oscar contender, I am all for it because I would love to see some like really 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 good comedies win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny because when
was the last time? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when was the last time a comedy won a Best Picture?
I would have to go back in my memory bank and really have to go back there. I mean, would you consider American Beauty a comedy? Probably not.
No.
There's funny moments in it.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was because when I heard that James Franco was going to be playing Tommy Wiseau, I'm like, how does that fit? You know, Tommy Wiseau. But then I saw the snapshot of him dressed as Tommy. I was like, wow, that's like almost near perfect.
I have to see that now.
Yeah, it was like very almost close to perfection. But other than that, yeah. I mean, dude. So moving on, yeah, dude, King Arthur bombed, dude.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I mean, I didn't see it, but like box office wise, it was very bad.
Yeah, and with that budget, oh my, that hurts.
There's no way they're covering the budget, even worldwide. There's no way.
No way.
Wow, I thought that was Tommy Wiseau. It's
Yeah,
actually. Oh my god,
James Franco.
Look at this picture. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
But
Wow, that is James Franco. Oh my god.
How fun would it be if this wins Best Picture? And like Tommy Wiseau actually like gave the room for consideration.
Oh,
And it ends up the movie of the making of it wins Best Picture.
that's I would have no words. I'm telling you. But if it does get Oscar nominated for Best Picture, I am just for the shit of it, I'm going to be picking that as my prediction. I'm telling you. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, really, it really sucks because, you know, for the director of King Arthur, you have to sit back and think, like, how bad does that man probably feel knowing the fact that his movie you were going up against Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but a week later.
Yeah, but, you know, and it's funny because I've actually been hearing decent things from, like, actual reliable reviewers and critics that it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I heard it's not atrocious.
Yeah,
exactly. I've had multiple people tell me that, like, listen, it's not something you're gonna go in and be like, I'm gonna tell my kids about this someday.
Yeah,
but like you're not gonna hate it.
Yeah. So I mean, it sucks that, you know, it hurts when a movie doesn't make any money, you know. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You were going up against them.
Yeah, right now, domestic box office from this summer is on pace to be lowest total in 10 years.
That's oof. Damn,
It's insane.
Now we still do have some heady hitters left, like Pirates, Spider-Man, Transformers, Despicable Me. We do have some heavy hitters left, so we could still get those like $1 billion movies, which it looks like Guardians is well on its way to being $1 billion. Fate of the Furious is already $1 billion, so I don't think it will, but right now it's on pace to.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll get more into actual box office stuff towards the end of the podcast. So, yeah, would you guys say that wraps up news?
Yeah, I just want to mention two things really quick right at the end here. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said he would consider running for president in 2020, and I gotta say he's got my vote.
No, it's better than what we have now.
Oh yeah, I will absolutely smell what The Rock is cooking in the Oval Office, like 110%. So yeah, and they also announced today that the 90th annual Academy Awards, the Oscars next year, will be hosted by Jimmy Kimmel again.
Really?
Yep, they announced that today.
Yes, that's awesome.
Have they done 2 in a row like that before?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm sure. Oh God, what's his name? John Lovitz. I'm sure he did it. He's hosted it like 10 times. I'm sure he's done it twice in a row before. But yeah, so yeah, it's really cool. Even though I remember it was really funny because in like the Best Picture mishap this year at the end, he's like, "I promised I'll never come back." Now here a year later, he's coming back. So
they're gonna joke about that.
Oh yeah, in the opening monologue of he's gonna like tear himself apart for it, which is gonna be so funny and like in such good spirit about everything.
Yeah,
it wasn't even his fault, but like besides the point, like I am happy to see him coming back.
I felt like he killed it in this year's.
Oh yeah, he was very, very good.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's awesome to hear though. So